kaymade-tech here again. So quickly today we're going to be looking at configuration. So we would configure a VirtualBox network adapter for a new subnet. And once we have configured that, we'll now assign the VMs, we'll assign some VMs to the new subnet and then configure a firewall rule so the subnets can communicate with each other. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here is to pull up our Oracle Virtual Box Manager. We're going to go to File, Tools, Network Manager, and we have one. We're going to use the host only. All right, because we want to isolate this from the internet. So we're going to just click Create. All right. So once that creates, we're going to put our IP address. So let's go down here. Let's change the IP address to 157. And for this, we'll just leave this as 100. So we click apply. All right. Now that we have clicked applied, the next thing we're going to do, we can launch our pfSense. Oh, before we do that, we need to add that network adapter to pfSense as adapter 3, host only, VirtualBox adapter 2. So we'll click OK to this and we'll launch. So once we launch this, we will go ahead to assign that new IP address. All right, let's give it a minute to come up. All right, so it's gradually coming up and we should be done with this pretty soon. I will let me pause it now because I don't want this to take longer than it should. Okay, so I'll pause this and I'll be back up. All right, also I just launched my Parrot. So the Parrot is going to help. We're going to configure the interface from the Parrot when we go into the pfSense web browser. All right, one. So also give this some few minutes to boot up. And just to let you know, the pfSense, the Parrot is on the previous subnet, the previous network. That's the, let's pull it up here. All right. That's good. Yeah. So it's on the host only on the adapter 1, not adapter 2. So it's using the first subnet and we'll be using the second subnet for the other one. So as you can see here, we only have two subnets. Sorry, we have only two networks. That's the WAN and the LAN. And the one is 192.168.56.124. And dot one is the gateway for this subnet. All right. So once the other computer comes up, we will launch that one and go into the web configuration of pfSense to assign the new subnet. All right, so we are now in Parrot. So let's pull up our browser. Let me enlarge this. And the IP address is 192.168.56.124. 168.56.1. Okay, why is that giving me an error? 192.168.56.1. All right, so we are in PFSense. Then the next thing we need to do, we'll go to the interface, assign interface. As you can see, we have just two here as an evidence. And this is the second interface. We can easily confirm this by looking at the MAC address. So I'll just click add and click save. All right. So I need to enable that. So you can see it's added now. So we'll go back here. We click enable. So we're going to use it basically for um, IPv4. So I'm going to use static and I'll put the gateway here 192.168.57.1 and we are using 24 and all we need to do is scroll down and save this. Apply. And now if we go to our dashboard here, we should see it. All right, as you can see now, it's been added. Awesome. So the next step is to launch a virtual machine that is on a previous IP subnet. So we're going to switch it now to the dot 57.0/24 subnet. All right, so I will launch. Let me use Kali Linux. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use two. I'm going to use Kali Linux and our Windows 7 computer. So we're going to change this from virtual host only Ethernet adapter to adapter 2. So we click OK. We'll do the same thing for Windows 7. So we're going to just change this to 2. Click OK. And we launch both. All right, so our Windows is up. So let me log in. Right, Windows is up and running. So the first thing we need to do is let's type in CMD. Let's confirm the IP address. We've not made any changes. So we're going to do IP config. So it's telling us 192.168.56.130. But we have already changed the network adapter here. So we need to, and because it is so we are now on 192, we should be on 192.168.57.0/24. All right, dash, yes, backslash 24. All right, so what we need to do now is to configure this. So we'll go here to the network interface, network, open network and sharing center. Then we'll go to change adapter, go to properties. Let's put our password. Then we're going to change the IP address. So now we're going to just change the network to 57. All right, and we click OK to this. Click OK to this. And once we check the IP address, now we'll see that we're on the .57 network, the subnet. All right, so you see the previous IP address here. So let's type this again, ipconfig. All right, and you can now see that it's 157.130. Awesome. So we are getting somewhere. So we now have that. So let's go back to our Kali Linux. Let me log in. All right, so give it a minute to come up. All right, now that we're back, let's do ifconfig. So it should have the previous IP address. As you can see here, it's the 192.168.56.135. So the .56 represents the host-only adapter. The .57 represents the host-only adapter 2, network 2. Okay, so what do we do? So we need to change this because it's static IP. So we're going to do it manually. So we're going to do sudo su. Let's just that first. Let's clear all this. Okay, no, let's not clear it. So we can always confirm it. Okay, let's clear it first. Let's do ifconfig. So we have that up there. So we'll do get edit. C network interfaces. All right, so all we're just going to do here is change the .56 to .57. That's all we're going to do. It's still going to have the same last one, the 135. All right, so we save this and we close. Now let's confirm our IP, ifconfig. So now it says, oh, sorry, we need to um, restart the network manager. So that's system restart networking. All right, so now let's ifconfig. Awesome. We have the new IP as .157. So it's in the second subnet. So here, let's ping between each other. Um, let's ping 192.168.57.130. That's for the Windows. So we are able to ping Windows. All right. So we're getting somewhere. So as you can see, we're able to ping this window. So let's ping the same Kali Linux from here. Ping 192.168.57.135. So they are both on the same network. They can ping each other. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Now, let's see if we can ping those on the .56 network. All right, let me pull up my terminal here and you will see. All right, so as you can see, this is on 192.168.56.145. So let me ping. Okay, the first thing I need to do, let me ping the gateway of that subnet 192.168.57.1. So I can ping the gateway. So now let me ping the Kali machine. Ping 192.168.57.135. Okay, so I can ping. That's interesting. All right, let me ping 130. Okay, let me go to my firewall. Did I create a firewall? Because I'm not supposed to ping. Oh, okay, but I don't have a firewall rule. That's not right. Okay. All right. Let's let's create a firewall rule block. Let me block any network block. So that's 192.168.56.0.4. Change this to 24 also. 192.168.57.0 block all traffic to OP1. Okay. All right. So let me go back to this terminal and see. Okay. So it's, as you can see, I'm not able to communicate with that computer anymore. So if I cancel this, it's going to tell us that we lost. All right, 15 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100% lost. So let's do that for Kali Linux too. And Control C. So it tells us 5 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100 packet lost. Okay, so let's go to Windows and see if we can communicate with our Parrot VM. So Parrot is 192.168.56.145. Okay, it says, okay, I didn't type in ping 192.168.56.145. So you can see it says timed out. It's not able to communicate because I put in a firewall rule saying that you shouldn't communicate. So let's also try that with our Kali. Ping 192.168.56.145. Let's see what it gives us. All right, as you can see, it says 15 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100% loss. Okay, so let's go back to our firewall rule. Now that we're able to establish that, so I'm going to delete this. Apply. So I'm going to add it as any network block for 192.168.57.0, 192.168.56.0. We're going to allow all traffic. Before error was selected, the field source it count required. Oh, okay. but I change this. Apply. And let's go back to the rules. Do the same thing for this as any block block 2.168.57.0 24 4 192.168.56.0 and allow all traffic to LAN. Apply. So this is how we add firewall rules, and you'll be able to add as time goes on. So this is a very beautiful practicing um in order for you to is a good practicing tool for the blue team members in order for them to have a hands-on firewall rules. So now let's try to ping 192.168.56.145. Now we are able to ping 192.168 on a different subnet from a different subnet. All right, so let's do the same with this 192.68.56.145. All right, so now there's no packet loss. As you can see, we have 5 packets transmitted, 5 received, 0% loss, and that is it. So that is where my video will end today. I tried my possible best to make it short, but you will have to bear with me. And if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, look out for the next video. Thank you.